We all find ourselves in our first relationship someday, right? And we may not know how to tell if what's going on is normal or not. Then there are girls who have already experienced emotional abuse as children from their parents, who simply have not been taught what it is to be treated with respect, warmth, and love. It is even harder for such girls to understand what kind of attitude from a guy is still normal and what kind of attitude is not. How do you figure this out? You feel more unhappy than when you were alone. This can have many reasons. Your partner is disgusting in life, in bed, he devalues and humiliates, he enters into competition, provokes jealousy, he is painfully jealous. Never mind. The main thing, the feeling, you are now, with him, worse than it was without him. The question is, why do you need a relationship in which it is worse than when you are alone? 2. You feel more lonely than when you weren't in a relationship. Here's the paradox. It can be in the literal sense, when, for example, your man insists that you don't communicate with other people at all, your friends and relatives, a very big red flag, by the way. Or figuratively, you feel emotionally deprived. Your man seems emotionally distant, detached. He doesn't care about your successes or failures. You can't share joy or pain with him because you know the reaction will be negative, or none at all. In a healthy relationship, there is no room for social isolation, but there is room for conversation and support. 3. Constant misunderstandings. Literally, when you say one thing and he hears something else. For example, instead of, "Honey, let's go out," he hears, "You lazy monster, always lying on the couch, I'll humiliate you for that." And he reacts to what he has heard, that is, negatively. That is, arguments arise, seemingly petty, but constant and over such trifles that it's hurtful. It can be in the literal sense, when, for example, your man insists that you do not communicate with other people, your friends and relatives at all, a very big red flag, by the way. Or figuratively, you feel emotionally deprived. Your man seems emotionally distant, detached. He doesn't care about your successes or failures. You can't share joy or pain with him because you know the reaction will be negative, or none at all. In a healthy relationship, there is no room for social isolation, but there is room for conversation and support. It works the other way around, too, by the way. If in place of innocent phrases you see, "I don't love you, I'll leave you soon, by the way, I have someone else," probably now the only relationship you need is therapeutic, with a psychologist. 4. You feel like you always have to tiptoe around him. You're afraid to open your mouth once more, to bring up any topic, to say something, to do something, what is it, just to move, because you do not know what this time he will react inadequately. In simple words, you are literally afraid of him. You're afraid of his reaction. Why would you want to share your life, your home with someone whose sight makes you shrink inside, and not in a romantic sense at all? 5. You are a bad influence on each other. It happens. People seem to be good in themselves, the relationship is quite normal, but they, for example, have some kind of addiction. Both of them. And together they self-destruct more. For example, you provoke each other to drink, use illegal substances. Or a less dramatic variant, he slows you down, doesn't allow your ambitions to materialize, or constantly whines, looks at everything from a negative side, and drives you into depression by it. 6. Lying. If you often catch him in a lie, even in trifles, it is a signal that close to you not the man. Why lie so often to the person you love, after all? 7. You realize that you would have left him if it weren't for the fact. For example, if it wasn't for the fact that he helps you financially, and you're a poor student with no connections to relatives, and you can't make it on your own. Or helping with housing. Or any other reason. Trust me, you're strong enough to handle anything on your own. You don't need a guy you feel bad about for that.